Itachi Uchiha. Do you think you know a great character? Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't. Because Itachi Uchiha blows them all out the water. All of them. With such a great backstory, plot, he's used in such good ways throughout the story. There's no other character that can compare to him. Without a doubt. A boy prodigy, a brother who carried the weight of the world, a villain who was the ultimate sacrificial lamb. And today, I'm going to convince you that no other character in fiction comes even close to him. Let's get into it. First up, I want to start off with talking about his childhood. As a child, he had insane potential right off the bat, right out the womb. He had insane potential. There's no doubt about that. But it wasn't just potential that made him strong. When he was a little kid, at the end of the Third Great Shinobi War, his father brought him up to one of the battlefields and showed him all of the dead shinobi bodies. And he told him that this was the cycle of a shinobi's life. You fight, kill, and die. Itachi didn't like that. He said, you know what? I'm going to become the strongest shinobi ever so that there's no war. So already, from a young age, he has noble intentions. That is insane to think about. Like a 3-4-year-old has that deep of an emotional connection to life. That's crazy to think about. And it makes his character so much more interesting. And later on in the story, he isn't training to become the strongest just for his cause, for not wanting war to happen and anyone to die. His little brother Sasuke is born. And now he wants Sasuke to live in a world where there's peace, where there's no war, where he can grow up peacefully without hatred. So he just has this much more deep of a connection to his conviction. So, 4 months after he enters the academy, he graduates. Because, he just has so much potential and is good at it. He becomes a Chunin at 10 and an ANBU Black Ops captain at 13. An ANBU Black Ops captain at 13. Think about that for 1 second. You have guys that train literal years, like decades of their life to get into the ANBU Black Ops and not even become a captain. For this guy to be 13 years old and becoming an ANBU Black Ops captain is insane. It's not just his strength that got him into an ANBU Black Ops captain. He had to be so intelligent and emotional, like able to control his emotions. At the age of 13, especially for Danzo to trust an Uchiha, he did not like Uchihas. I'll just tell you that. He did not like them. And for him to trust an Uchiha that much, to make him an ANBU Black Ops captain at 13 is insane. But he has a lot of pressure on him now. Everyone in his clan knows that he has the most potential out of all of them. So he has a lot of burdens to carry. He's going to be the one to get them out of the gutter. He's going to be the one to become the first Uchiha Hokage. He's going to take them out of the slumps, basically, is what's carried on him. But before that, they're planning a coup right now. And they didn't like that. So you know what they did? They told a 13-year-old Itachi that he has two options. A, he either joins his clan in the coup and they kill all of his clan. They kill everyone. Even his little brother. Alright? Or B, he could kill his entire clan himself in cold blood and spare his little brother's life. And so obviously, a 13-year-old faced with this choice is going to choose his little brother. Because I don't think that Itachi, was thinking that, we can win this coup. Because there was a lot of strong ninjas on the other side. I personally think that the Uchiha could have won, but, that's just my opinion. Itachi didn't believe that. So he decides to go with option B and kill his entire family. His entire clan. The people that he was supposed to uphold and bring them out of the slums, bring them up, become the first Uchiha Hokage. He kills them all. He kills them all. And he scars his little brother for life. He traumatizes him. And he doesn't give his little brother a hug and a kiss goodbye and tell him the reason why he had to do that. No, he's not allowed to do that. He has to protect the village. He's not allowed to do that. He has to tell his brother to hate him with all of his heart, or he will never be able to get his revenge. You know how hard that would be to tell the person that you love the most out of anything in the entire world. You carried him when he was a baby. You love him with all your heart. And you have to tell him to hate you? You have to tell him to take revenge on you? To kill you? For a 13-year-old to do that is crazy. And so this just dives even deeper into his complexity as a character. And what I think makes him so great is that he is able to make such smart decisions and not even smart decisions, tough decisions at the age of 13. You know what most 13-year-olds are doing right now? Sitting at home playing Fortnite, alright? That's what 13-year-olds are doing. They're not going out and, trying to make peace with the world and killing their entire clan, their entire family for all that. I think that brings a lot more into his character. So, after he kills his clan and pretends to become a rogue ninja, he joins the Akatsuki to spy on them. So he can help protect the village. He can keep an eye out on them, make sure they don't do anything to the village. He and what is so crazy about this to me is that he still loves the Leaf Village. Even though they took everything away from him, everything he loved and cared about, he still loved the village. He loved it with all his heart. That's his home. That's where he's from. He still loves it. The amount of emotional connection that you have to something like that is crazy. And I feel like he might have loved the Leaf Village more than anything before killing his family. He may have done that because there's no way if he didn't. Like, there's no way that he loved the Leaf Village so much that he was willing to join the Akatsuki and be hated by the village that he loved so much. Just because his clan wanted to start a coup. I don't think so. I think Danzo making him kill his entire clan made him hate the Leaf Village just a little bit so that Sasuke would rise up to above the Leaf Village. But he still loved the village a lot, and it brings a lot into his character, and it shows that even though he doesn't have no responsibility to his clan anymore, he still bears the burden of the responsibility of all of the lives of the innocent people in the village. Because the Akatsuki at any point can just show up and blow up the whole Leaf Village like what Pain did. So he's got to keep an eye out on that so that doesn't happen and keep it under control. And he did that good. He did good on that for a little while. Until, Pain came over, killed Jiraiya, and came over and blew up the whole Leaf Village. But, that to me is crazy. And it's honestly kind of cool how a 13-year-old has that much dedication to a village. Now, we're going to start talking about Sasuke. Because without Sasuke, Itachi doesn't work as a character. Sasuke is the most important part in Itachi's story, as well as his life. That goes the same with Sasuke. They're like yin and yang. Without one or the other, they can't exist. They can't be good characters without each other. I find Sasuke so interesting because throughout the whole story, even though he never says it, Sasuke wants to believe that Itachi didn't kill his parents in cold blood. He wants to believe that something forced Itachi to do it, or that somehow it wasn't really Itachi. Because when Obito tells Sasuke the truth about Itachi, he just changes his whole plan. He thought he was gonna be done and do whatever he wants for the rest of his life, but no, he changed his plan. He was gonna destroy the Leaf Village, because that's what they did to his brother. And I just find it so interesting that even though Itachi tried so hard to make Sasuke hate him, so that he could pay for his sins that he had committed, it didn't work. It didn't work. Sasuke, in the end, still loved him, and I think it's a good thing that he came back to life so that he could finally forgive himself and tell Sasuke how much he loved him. Another thing that makes Itachi such a perfect character, especially in the Naruto story, is that he's an embodiment of all of the story's themes. And when I say all of the story's themes, I mean all of the story's themes. He has friendship and bonds, overcoming prejudice, revenge and forgiveness, sacrifice, most importantly, destiny versus free will, loneliness, war and peace, and self-acceptance. These are all great examples of the themes that he exemplifies in the story. For friendship, you have him killing his best friend. He had to kill his best friend. Revenge and forgiveness. Sasuke wanted to take revenge on Itachi, and that's what Itachi wants, but in the end, he forgives himself, and so does Sasuke. Sacrifice. He sacrificed his entire life, his entire clan, so that the Leaf Village would be safe. Destiny. His destiny versus his free will. Alright, destiny versus free will. His destiny was to just, you know, have Sasuke hate him for the rest of Sasuke's life. But, you know, through free will and everything, Sasuke decided not to. He ended the cycle of hatred, and he understood Itachi. He finally got it, and, you know, he started to appreciate him a lot more. Loneliness and isolation. He was alone. He was all alone. He had the Akatsuki, but he was really all alone by himself. He had no one with him. He killed his family. He had no one. War and peace. This is probably the most important point in his life. Throughout the entire story, he keeps the thing that is most important to him is peace. Peace. He does not want a war. That's why he's a spy in the Akatsuki. He does not want this fourth great ninja war to happen. In the end, he failed, but he did not want it to happen. He wanted it to be peaceful. And it's just crazy. Identity and self-acceptance. In the end, he finally accepts himself for who he is and what he's done. He forgives himself, and his character is just like radiating all of the themes in Naruto. And if you disagree with me on any of these points, feel free to go pick up a book or sit on a couch and watch or read Naruto. If you watch or read Naruto, you will see these points in Itachi. He's really complex and interesting. He might be the most complex and interesting character in the Naruto series. I truly believe that. He is such a great character, and and honestly, if you don't believe that he is one of the most complex, if not the most complex character in Naruto, you need to stop watching TikTok edits. Like, please. Like, they TikTok will find a way to make any character seem like a total bum. And that's just not Itachi. Yeah. If I didn't convince you that Itachi is the greatest character of all time, that's okay. That's your opinion, and that's why it's an opinion. That's how you feel about the character. But if you made it this far into the video, I hope you at least understand how complex and well written Itachi really is. I hope that you can at least appreciate the genius behind it. And please, don't leave a stupid comment saying that Itachi is a bum because you watch edits of him on TikTok flicking Sasuke's head and twerking in the Leaf Village in an AI video. Alright? He is a great character. You can't deny that. You can't deny the fact that he's a great character. And he's not just hype. Alright? Don't tell people that, oh, well, Itachi isn't a good character because he's all hype. He's all hype, bro. He's hype because he's a good character, alright? You could have a good character that's hype. Batman, he's a good character. He's hype. Spider-Man, he's a good character. He's hype. A lot of people like him. That doesn't mean, just because they're hype, doesn't mean they're a bad character. I hate that argument, you know? It's such a bad take, and just a really ignorant way of looking at things, you know? If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and leave a comment on what you disliked or what you liked, and what you want to see me do next, you know? If you didn't like this video, leave a dislike. Go into the comments, tell me what you didn't like, tell me what I can improve on, And I hope that I hope you at least had a good time watching this video, you know. With that all being said, Banana Lord out.